So a couple of days ago, we all saw that FTX was basically going under and Binance was looking to acquire it. So from there, we've had a little update. If you didn't watch my video, I'm going to put a tab in the top of the corner so you can go watch the video. But this is a quick little update video on what's actually going to happen to FTX and what's happening with Binance. So as I said, when we look at this tweet, it says that Binance is looking to fully acquire FTX.com, which is the Sam Bankman-Fried's basically crypto exchange. Now, the reason for this is obviously they had liquidity problems. If you want the short story, Sam Bankman-Fried was part of an investment group called Alameda, which used the FTT token to basically get loans. And then when the FTT token started to fall, those loans couldn't be paid back because there was nothing backing them. And they were kind of creating an infinite cycle of money, which is basically a Ponzi scheme where they just made money out of nowhere. This was a back and forth between the two FTX and Alameda investment groups. So as we said in this tweet, they said that Binance is looking to acquire it because obviously they were going under. Now that was on the 8th of November of 2022, so 2 days ago. Subsequently though, in the coming days, it says here that as a result of the corporate due diligence, as well as the latest reports regarding mishandled customer funds and alleged US agency investigations, we have decided that we'll not pursue the potential acquisition of FTX. So they did say that they were trying to get funds back to the customer, but this still hasn't been processed, and it looks like it's not going to be going on for a couple of hours now. I think that they're trying to get it fixed so that they can actually give back to the customers, but if they don't, they will be in big trouble in terms of the US agency investigation. So basically it's international fraud if they don't give the money back. In the beginning, our hope was to be able to support FTX customers to provide liquidity, but the issues are beyond our control and ability to help. So basically what Binance is saying is it's gone too far right now, and we don't really think that we can actually help our customers out, so there's no point getting into this just to have a failing company. And then CZ, which is the head of Binance CEO, he went on to post this around 13 hours ago, something like that, and he just says, given the events that transpired over the couple of days, I want to reiterate a few points. One, we did not master plan this because a lot of people are actually saying that he had a master plan to basically take over FTX. And from the inception of FTX, this has been his whole plan. He was going to let it build up and then he was basically going to tank it. So that's not actually what his plan was. It's been less than 24 hours that FBS called, and before that, he had very little knowledge of the internal state of things at FTX. I could do some mental calculations with our revenues to guess theirs, but it would never be very accurate. And then it goes on to say, 2, as due diligence for the deal is ongoing, I want to remind everyone, do not trade FTT tokens. If you have a bag, you have a bag. Do not buy or sell. As soon as I finished the call with Sam Bankman-Fried yesterday, I asked our team to stop selling as an organization. So this actually means that Binance was selling FTT as an organization, but they've actually stopped it now because they're not actually acquiring it. But that's okay. More importantly, we need to hold ourselves together to a higher standard than even in the banks. 3, obviously do not comment on the deal publicly or internally. If you're not directly involved, don't ask. We have a good team handling it. Things will play out. 4, FTX going down is not good for anyone in the industry. Do not view it as a win for us. So this is one of the big things that we are seeing in crypto industries is just a lot of coins like Luna and now FTX, Celsius, all of these, they're just going to zero. And it's basically putting a bad stain on the whole crypto industry as a whole. As CZ says here, do not view it as a win for us because it's not a win because we're seeing these massive exchanges go down and that's not really good for us. No one's going to have faith in the actual crypto industry if the second biggest exchange can go down out of nowhere. 5, speaking of prices, as I've said many times over the years, ignore the prices. Let's keep our heads down, focus on building products people use. It has always worked over the years. Lastly, I want to say I'm really proud of each and every one of you. Just saying how the Binance team is doing really well in these troubled times, I guess. And then around 4 hours ago, Sam Bankman-Fried actually released this tweet. He says, I'm sorry, this is the biggest thing. I effed up and should have done better. So basically, he's coming out and just admitting that. So basically, he's coming out and just saying, this has all gone downhill because of me. I let this happen and stuff like this. And then it goes on in this thread about like where they are internationally and what they're doing with the FTT token. Now, in my video around 2 days ago, we actually saw that the price of one token was at $22.80, if you can see up there in the top corner. Now it's dropped all the way down to $3.57. So there was actually a comment on my video which I laughed at when I went and looked at it just now that says, let's open FTT perpetual contracts with a 20 times leverage on FTX. Now, if you had actually put a 20 times leverage to say that FTT was going down, you would have had a load of money right now, even if it was a small amount of money that you put in, because at the time it was at $22 and now it's gone all the way down to around $3.50. As we can see, this massive drop off happened. That's probably because the news came that Binance wasn't actually going to buy it, and then everyone started dumping their FTT. So overall, I think this is putting a really bad stain on the crypto industry as a whole, and if we want to be taken seriously by banks and stuff like that and major institutions, then we can't have these things happening. But also it does filter out these kind of bad actors in the industry, such as Luna, such as Celsius, and I think overall, in time, we're going to see that it's a good thing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this update. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to watch the recommended video at the end of this video.